Good morning, everybody. Coming in hot with the Chris and Amanda show.
Yes.
Welcome. We're so excited to be here today. This is awesome. I'm excited for this show.
I know.
I can't wait to get started.
I was like, please say one more welcome. Please say one more welcome. I needed you to wrap up the welcomes.
Yeah.
There needed to be the third.
Yeah,
I needed
I'm
the
like,
third.
the third welcome. We got to do it in threes, to complete the
Oh,
trifecta.
and so I was like, please don't disappoint me, Chris, please. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. I am so happy to be here. This is I'm really excited for this show. We've been on a little bit of a really interesting kick lately because we've done like our last, I think, two shows were like sort of themed. Like we did top Stranger Things songs, which everybody like loved a lot. Which okay,
Yes.
so there'll probably be a part 2 for that.
Yes.
Well, there's so much music for Stranger Things, and then last episode, we did the Easy Like Sunday morning playlist where we kind of shared our quote unquote easy listening songs, the songs that we like to chill to on Sunday morning. And then we decided, well, since we're having so much fun doing this, and this is something you and I talked about like way back when we started the show. Like I actually have some of our original show notes where we said, let's just pick certain years to like dive into. So, guys are in for a treat. This week, Amanda and I got into our music time machine, went back to the year 1984. Or.
And Chris, this year was your suggestion. So let me ask you, why 1984?
So why 1984? So I picked 1984 because for me there was a few things that happened. First of all, being at the very young tender age of I think let's see, 9.
Now don't hold us to these numbers
10.
because we all know we're bad at numbering here on the Chris and Amanda show.
we are a little bad at numbering. I think it was it was either 9 or 10. It was the year I turned 10. Anyway, regardless. So I was in 4th grade at this time, and I had an awesome teacher. His name was Mr. C. He was so cool. He was like, totally like a rocker guy. And I went to Catholic school, so it was like, he was like really cool. He had like kind of long hair, and like I was like, wow, this guy's awesome. So he was a really good teacher. He made a really good impression on me. And this, of course, was the year that Van Halen dropped their gigantic behemoth of a record that actually went diamond status. 1984 was the name of the record. So I don't know. I just remember 1984 being a very like pivotal year where a lot of things happened, and we'll go into it because I actually put together a list of some of the things that did happen in 84. But so Amanda, exciting. I know you were a wee little Amanda Sharp. What are some of your memories from 1984?
Oh, yeah, I remember quite a bit from being young. It's really interesting. And I think it has to, so many of my memories are attached to songs, right? So when I'm hearing some of these songs that I chose, I can like vividly remember going, I know I've talked about the mall a lot.
The mall.
The mall, when malls used to be like a big deal. And some of my favorite times in my very early years, my mom, if it was raining outside, because we live in Michigan, or if it was super snowy and it was just gross, she would take us to the mall because our house was very, very small. Right. And with 4 girls in a very small house, like you got to give them something to Amanda probably remembering seeing on the first talkies.
Wait, Josh, Amanda probably remembers seing one of the first talkies.
Oh, I was like, what? And
She's not that old.
I'm coming in on my phone today, so I was like, oh my gosh, am I that old? I can't even read that very well.
Josh Parr making some early morning dad jokes.
As we expect the day after Father's Day, for sure. So just going to the mall and driving to the mall with these songs, and I've referenced how we were in Deb's store before. My sister would like electrocute me, like should we drag our feet? Like, so I have a lot of fond memories. So 1984 was earlier years for Amanda, indeed, but I do remember some good things.
So I did want to just show everybody really quick. So for those of you watching the video version of this, the title, our title card art for this week, Amanda and I went back and we found our pictures from 1984. So I'm gonna pop that on screen real quick. So for those of you watching you'll see this. For those of you listening, I encourage you to, well, you'll see the cover art probably wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening to this. But I recommend you go watch the video. But here we are. This is me from 1984. I was in 4th grade at St. James Elementary High School.
So cute.
And I know, Amanda, you got some kind of is you holding a cake here or something?
Absolutely. That is one and only Sara Lee cake that we got to pick out the toppings for. That's how we rolled in our household.
That's how you rolled. I love it.
And okay, can we just, if you reference that picture again for us, I have to say, Chris, how are we more tan then than we are now?
I don't know. We must have been outside more. I mean, we were kids. We went outside and played.
If that isn't something to take away from this, oh my goodness. Like, I've never been that tan again in my life.
Yeah, we were outside a lot as kids.
It's true.
All I did was ride bikes. I went to school and rode bikes. That was it.
I grew up in the country, so if it was summer, I don't think I had a pair of shoes on my feet for probably 4 months.
No, I mean, come on, we're
I
kids.
mean, I can practically use my feet as hands. Not gonna lie.
I think that's another TikTok.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yep.
Yep.
We'll do that to some fun music.
Yes, exactly. So, for those of you who are new to the show, as we've just spent the first 7.5 minutes reminiscing about 1984, but that's today's theme. So,
absolutely.
I'm going to throw it over to Amanda real quick. And for those of you who have never listened to the show before, Amanda will explain how the show typically works. The rules of the game.
The rules of the game are very complicated, yet so simple. Chris sends me 3 songs. I send Chris three songs. We come from very different musical backgrounds. We like different kinds of music, so it creates a very interesting show. We rate those songs on a sliding scale of 1 to 5 records. 1 record, it is a dumpster fire. It should never have been made or written.
Nope, total cringe.
Total cringe, but 5 being music to our ears, and it'll forever be on a playlist, and it has a special spot in history, and it's a great song. And so that's how it typically works. But I mean, we've been feeling fun these last few months. We've been doing some themes, and it's really put a lot of extra fun spins to our episodes. So you're in a treat today for 1984 songs. Woo-woo!
Yes, absolutely. And so as we go along here, you'll hear us talk about this. So we do have a hotline. Which is if you agree or disagree with anything that we're saying, or feel like there was a song we left off the list that I can't believe you guys didn't mention this song, or you want to just get your mention in, you can do that live. You can pop us a comment here, or you can call our hotline +973 506 8009. That's +1 973 506 8009. Leave us a voicemail. We do have a voicemail we're going to be playing at the end of the show from our good friend and supporter, Mr. Tony Forkboy Donato. Before we dive into the show, though, we do want to thank and recognize our show sponsor who has been sponsoring us for the entire month, for the last 4 weeks, Mr. Mark Ronick from Ironic Media. He is your podcast producer, podcast coach, podcast guru. I know he doesn't like any of those words, but we're going to call him that because that's how we think about Mark.
Yes. And it's about our testimony.
Yes. That's right. This is our testimonial. Yes, he's paying to be on the show, but we're making up the words. So Mark Ronick, Ironic Media. Make sure you go over to ironicmedia.com, which you can use by using the links in the show notes and the video description here. Mark is a podcast producer with so many years of experience. And let me tell you, Mark has, and I think as maybe some of you have noticed, has really helped our show, and especially too, if you're following us on social media, and particular Instagram feed, which you can get over at the Chris and Amanda Show. We have stepped up our reels, and we have seen a big improvement. And I'll tell you, Mark is really great for being that second set of eyes to come in and, you know, give you advice, tips, consultation, whether it's the creative of your show, the techno aspects of your show, the strategy around your show. He really can cover it all. And
Yeah.
and I can tell you from my standpoint, it's really helped us and level up our show.
It is. And just to kind of give you an idea, our Instagram, I just saw the statistics from the insights in the last 30 days. Our Instagram is up like 254%,
There you go.
reaching like 25. It's just it's amazing how we've grown. So we are grateful to Mark and his outside view to help us grow.
Yeah, and everybody needs help. I mean, I don't care who you are, what industry you're in. It's
Yeah.
always great to have that outside perspective. And Mark does it so well because he's down to earth and just very, very knowledgeable and super easy to talk to. And quite frankly, I find him just awesome and hilarious. And maybe,
Absolutely.
just maybe, if you go to ironicmedia.com or go to his IG at Mark Ronick and schedule a discovery call, perhaps Kermit may make an appearance.
Yes. And if you don't know what that means, go to his IG and you'll figure it out very quickly.
Absolutely. Maybe if you're very, very nice to him, Kermit will make the appearance. So anyway,
Absolutely.
head over to ironicmedia.com. That's IRONICK media.com, or head over to his IG at Mark Ronick, or even better yet, follow him on Clubhouse at Mark Ronick, where he does the daily podcast morning chat, where Amanda and I are usually in that room as well. Monday through Friday, connect with them, make it happen. Thank you, Mark, for being a sponsor of our show. Really appreciate you. So, with all of that being said, Amanda Sharp, let's start the show or whatever. I don't know. Let's go back to 1984. Going into our time machine. I don't have any time machine noises. I'll just do this. It's now 1984.
If that was the noise blasting me to the past, I don't know if I would find it as enjoyable. Like, I want something like 80s sounding, like Stuck on You, like going through. I need elevator music.
See, you
in
need
my time
elevator
machine.
music. So our list this week couldn't be any more.
Oh my
different,
gosh.
which I love because this is just so great. Because and now there's so many ways I could have gone with this, but I go, you know what? I know where I know what I was starting to get into in 1984, and I'm putting it on there because this is the building works. You guys are especially up today.
And we are just so pumped. That
we
was
are.
Mr. Chuck Taylor.
Yes. So let's go through our song list for each other today.
Okay. So Chris's songs to me this week were Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. Okay. Number 2, 2 Minutes to Midnight by Iron Maiden. And then your third song to me is Creeping Death by Metallica.
Yeah. So all winter songs there.
He's just prepping me up.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. So your songs to me this week is the very heavy metallic Lionel Richie, Stuck on You. Your second song to me was New Edition, Cool It Now.
Cool It Now.
And your third song is from Alabama.
If you're gonna play in Texas.
Did you know this, Amanda? You better have a fiddle in the band.
I knew it. I
don't know if you knew that, but I'm going to remind you. You better have a fiddle in the band if you're going to play in Texas.
The rules
Alabama's are running.
The rules are very simple.
Very simple to that game.
All right. I've just been like chomping at the bit to talk about your first song. Do you mind if I go first?
Go right ahead.
Chris Vaglio?
Go right ahead.
All right. So I think this is probably my favorite song from the entire list that you gave me.
Okay.
So that's a good start for the week. Ooh, Johnny coming in with good morning, fun peoples. Good morning, Johnny.
Good morning, so Johnny. Great. Thanks for checking in. Host of the Back of the Cereal Box
podcast. So great. So great. Talk about energy. They're fantastic over there. So Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. Okay. When I was looking on Spotify, I couldn't find the not remastered version. Okay, well, I had to go to YouTube.
Because it's like the new remastered version. This is what everybody's remastering because the levels in 84 are different than what levels are at now. And for streaming too, because there was no streaming then.
Totally get it. So I'm like, I need to channel my inner Chris at in 1984 though. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the good old YouTube and I'm gonna search the original, like the video, so I could get it. And oh, I'm so glad I did.
Please, I was just gonna say, I hope you watch.
Oh
I hope you
my,
watched the video.
I absolutely did. And we've referenced how Reba does her videos that become like little mini movies within a
Yep.
video. This was exactly the same way. And I
Sit
was like,
down, Waldo.
now Waldo. And I appreciated the story of Waldo so much. I was enchanted by it and I could not like wait to watch the entire thing. And the way it wraps up where it says like what they're doing now.
Yeah. So great.
So wonderful, so clever, super cute. Like, they probably had the funnest time creating that video. And I just thought, like, how fantastic. So, a couple notes on that is I
Okay.
love that his name was Waldo and they picked the perfect kid and like the mom in the beginning.
Oh, it's so great. And the little sound effects with
How
doing here, it's like
I've referenced mom spit before, so I feel that so much. I've never mom spit Owen's hair though. I just want to go on record saying that. um, I okay, during all of this, it was very clear what the 80s looked like visually with children and young people and because they all didn't look like Waldo. They looked a lot the big hair, the interesting clothing. And so as I took a little moment to go back to 1984 and look at that, I go, I don't know why I'm complaining about what young kids look like these days.
yeah.
I mean,
Especially LA and
yes,
California around that time. It's great.
I would have been way more worried seeing a bunch of that type of clothing walking around a mall as a parent. So I just think it's super funny. We come and go through these visuals of time. I do want to add. Go ahead.
Although in 1984 we look like this.
we were cute.
We were cute little kids.
We were cute little kids. We had good childhoods. Is what those pictures show.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
We were cute tan little babies. I did want to ask, do you think this song could get away with the message if it was written today?
I often think that a lot. And I don't know. It's such a different time, Everything was so different. And I don't know though. I think it would have because it is a fun, it's very tongue in cheek.
It's not inappropriate. It's just
and it's real life, to be perfectly honest with you.
Absolutely.
In the sense that like what little kid at that time did it, have fantasies about their like hot teacher that was or the hot substitute that came in. I mean, come on, it's part of growing up. So I think that maybe there would have been some differences, but I don't know. It's Van Halen. They're the ultimate party band. It's Diamond David Lee Roth. I mean, it's just everything. Yes, it would still, if it was Van Halen doing that song, it would absolutely come out today. I do think so. Maybe some changes, but not much.
Totally fair. So that just popped in my head. So I think I like the song the most just because of the video aspect to it. I just found it so much fun. So I feel like I probably, had I not seen the video, would have gave it no doubt 3 records. But because of the video and just because I liked it so much, I think 4 records all day long. I don't know that it's in that classic like 5 record, but it was close for me. It was fun. It was a good song, Chris Baglio.
It's a good song. It is a 5 record song now. So but I will excuse the insolence with the 3 records. And I'll take your 4 because of the video. So
it was great. It was good. So great song to start off this 1984 playlist. Thank you, Chris.
Awesome. Well, I am so glad. Yeah, it gets 5 for Eddie alone. Yep, Eddie Van Halen, rock god, gets 5. Chuck Taylor, it gets 5 for Eddie alone.
I'm gonna. And what was Eddie at the end of the video? What was his job?
Oh, wasn't he the doctor?
Was he the doctor or the psych ward?
Oh, that's right. He gets committed to the psych ward. Yeah, he's in the straitjacket. That's right.
Sitting in front of a television like this.
Yeah, it was great.
That's no laughing matter, but it was meant to be cute.
But yes, it's total like Looney Tunes comedy. Like it's perfect.
Absolutely, some fun stuff.
All right, so it's official on the record. Amanda Sharp gives "Hot for Teacher" 4 records. We'll forget that she said 3 records. It is a 4-record song. So before we dive into it, I just wanted to share some fun facts really quick too before we move into our next.
Yes.
So this is very timely considering the times we're living in right now.
Mhm.
But the average cost of a movie ticket in 1984, Amanda Sharp, $2.50. Average monthly rent.
Oh my
Now, obviously,
gosh.
I feel like they did not take into account the East Coast, but I still find okay.
Totally fair.
Average monthly rent in the United States in 1984 was $350 a month.
Yeah, take either coast out, and
Yeah,
that was what it was in the middle.
right. And here's the most timely of all:
Oh gosh.
the cost of gas. What do you think in 1984?
Oh.
1 gallon of gas
Mhm.
cost in 1984?
I'm gonna say 72 cents.
72 cents. Anybody listening out there now, live, the folks on the live, what do you think the cost of gas was in 1984? If you want to
Maybe
drop it
maybe
now in the comments.
give that answer after you review my first song.
I
And
will
then
give the answer after I review the first song.
that way a couple can come in.
Yes.
If hopefully some come in. Oh my gosh. I don't like not knowing the answer. I'm like wanting to Google right now, but I'm not going to.
Don't Google it.
I'm not gonna Google.
And real quick, one other you were talking about the video for Hot for Teacher, right?
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
came out in 1984, which ironically was the first year that MTV launched the Video Music Awards. In 1984,
Look at
MTV
that.
started doing the Video Music Awards.
Let's all remember Amanda was not allowed to watch MTV until she moved out of her house.
Right. Amanda was not allowed to watch MTV. It was the devil's music. Only the devil's music was on MTV at that time.
No, I think it was more about how maybe like women were viewed. Like it was an unrealistic view of like what a hot teacher looked like.
All the works of Satan. All of it. However you look at it.
I don't know if it was that serious, but it was banned regardless.
It was banned.
Only VH1 in the
Yeah.
Patrick household.
Right. Only VH1, which VH1 was not in 1980, was not around yet in 1984. So, all right. So your first song. So your first song is off of the electrifying release by Lionel Richie. Can't Slow Down. You cannot slow down. You will not slow down Lionel Richie.
No,
Don't
you
even
won't.
try. You will not. You for the
No.
Commodores, you will not slow him down.
Not at all.
The song Stuck on You, one of the many Lionel Richie ballads. I'm surprised this wasn't on your Sunday morning playlist.
Well, it seemed too obvious.
Okay. So this song charted, released in 1984. The song charted in the UK at number 12, in US at number 3. Stuck on You finds Lionel Richie finally realizing that the girl of his dreams has been right in front of him all along. He's ready to promote her out of the friend zone and into his heart. This is according to songfacts.com, by the way. So just remember that he was going to promote her from friend zone. I love the way they wrote that. That's so great.
That just sounds so, it minimalizes so much.
Guess what?
Relationship.
You've been promoted
Lucky
from
you.
friend zone to my heart.
How would Rachel have handled that? Like, I
don't know.
I think I'm willing to promote you to my girlfriend now, Rachel. Like, you're welcome.
Honestly, I think it's the other way around. if memory serves her, I think it's the other way around on that one. Okay, you're ready. You've done the work. You're promoted. Oh, wow, really? Thank you.
I'm honored.
I'm honored. Jeez,
So
this
great.
is gonna be a real thing now. All right, so Stuck on You actually went to number 1 on the adult contemporary chart and made a strong showing on the R&B chart, placing it at number 8. But the song, I gotta show this picture, was also marketed. Did you know this, Amanda? I didn't know this. Was also marketed to a country radio and even landed on the country chart, reaching number 24, giving Richie his first appearance there. And don't you know?
Hey, don't you know?
And don't you know? They did a great promotion campaign for that, which I'm going to show you right now.
Oh gosh, I'm like laughing so hard.
Here he
today.
is.
I'm
So
crying.
what they did is when they released it. I want to get a big picture of this. I can't see to get the big picture, but if you can see this, so look at this. They put him in a country hat and
I
dressed
don't
them all
remember that.
and dressed them all country to promote when they sent us to country radio.
Oh, that's just all sorts of not right.
Lionel Richie, Stuck on You.
I probably remember this song so much only because maybe then my dad had it on his country stations.
Right.
And my mom had it on her stations. So maybe it's just I got a double dosage. I don't think I realized this much that it was marketed as country with a country hat.
Right. So yeah. So for those of you that aren't watching, we just showed a picture. So you have to go in Google, look up Lionel Richie Stuck on You, and you just go right to images, and you will see Lionel Richie posing with a cowboy hat, all dressed all country western, as Stuck on You is marketed to a country audience, where it did really, really well. It reached number 24 in the country chart, giving his very first appearance on the country charts.
Quite remarkable.
It is total crossover, absolute crossover artist. That's the power of Lionel Richie, and you will not slow him down, as the album title indicates.
How fitting.
Now, Stuck on You is also, we remember the film with the, which was hilarious, but it was also used in many commercials over the years, including a lot of cleaning products. But in 2022 is featured just this year when a guy gets his hand stuck in a can of Pringles, where it lives for the rest of his life. That spot aired this year during the 2022 Super Bowl.
What a disappointing thing to have happen to your hand.
That Pringles. So, okay. So here we go. Would you rather listen to Misfits Skulls or have a Pringles can stuck to your hand for the rest of your life?
How long do I have to listen to the Misfits Skulls? Because
for the rest of your life.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna take the Pringle.
You'll take the Pringles can stuck on your hand for the rest of your life over listen to Misfits Skulls for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. That doesn't quite seem like the heaven that I would want here on earth.
So, or Pringles can stuck on your hand for the rest of your life, or listening to Behemoth for the rest of your life.
Oh gosh, this is so hard. I think I'm gonna go with Pringles again.
Pringles wins again.
Well, because I don't necessarily have bad emotions with Pringles. I like a Pringle.
Right.
But let's just talk about the packaging of a Pringle. Like, why? I mean, whose hand can do that? Like,
I think it's really meant that you're supposed to just, you gotta like
sleeve it out.
Yes, sleeve it out. Which also makes for a great presentation if you're trying to be bougie.
You know what they need to do then? They need to do some marketing on how you are to present their Pringles.
I think we need to do that. Let's do our way to present Pringles.
Yeah,
so your hand doesn't get stuck in the can.
Yes, let's reduce the risk.
Yes.
And then there won't be any problems.
So my official rating on Stuck on You from Lionel Richie, because it's such a smooth song, although not my favorite Lionel Richie song.
Fair.
Okay. I will give it 3.5 records.
Okay.
And I give it the 0.5 because I like the cowboy hat. Because it's fantastic. I mean, come on.
So without the cowboy hat, it's a solid 3.
It's a solid 3, but the cowboy hat makes it the 0.5. It's a good song. It's not my favorite Lionel Richie song.
I can respect that.
And there's a lot of good songs on that record. That Can't Slow Down record. Like, I remember when my dad got it and he had the cassette and we listened to it in the car. There's a lot of solid songs on that record. And it's the love ballad. I get it. It's the cash grab. Like, gotta do the love song, but all night long.
All night.
That's the song. I defy you to not move to that song.
That's hard to not move to.
Yeah.
As a non-dancer, that's hard for me to not move to.
And John Pike could check in with I See a Brand sponsorship.
We could only hope.
I just want to say, go ahead, Amanda.
I'm gonna get a Pringles container and I'm gonna do this. And you're gonna start seeing some reels.
I love that we're 30 minutes into the show. We've only talked about one song so far. This is 1984.
Well, technically, we were wrapping up our second.
Right, exactly.
We've only concluded one.
Okay, so I want to get back. So we did promise everybody we would
That's
let
true.
them know what the average cost of
Yes.
gas was in 1984
Mm-hmm.
after we did this song. And so we've got some answers in the chat.
Ooh, let's see what we
So
got.
Amanda, what was your answer again? You said 79 cents. What was
now I forget. It was either 72 or 74 cents.
Okay. Mark Ronick checking in with 89 cents.
Okay.
Chuck Taylor with 98, but then 92 question mark. So according to the Google machine,
the Google machine itself,
the average cost of gas across the United States in 1984 was $1.10 a gallon.
Oh, stop it right now. What do I even say to that?
That's what it's saying. The average cost of gas. I mean, now you could debate, but this is the research I found. So
Google machine, you have some explaining to do.
$1.10 it says a gallon.
Wow. So
although apples were 43 cents a pound.
Apples were how much a pound?
43 cents a pound.
43 cents a pound. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
That's great. And bacon was $1.69 a pound. Oh,
see, you can never. I'll pay whatever for bacon.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should admit that out loud. But
I'll pay whatever. $20 a pound? I don't care.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's good.
John Pica, 1984, $1.10 was equivalent to $4.50 today. Hey, you're not wrong, John.
See, that's what I'm thinking. So it makes the current gas prices not seem so hard up.
1984.
Interesting. Okay.
All
right.
So,
a lot of money in gas and 3.5 ratings later, we're ready to move on to our number 2 song pick from you, Chris, which is 2 Minutes to Midnight by Iron Maiden.
Minutes to midnight.
I mean, it's like I'm listening to Iron Maiden.
When you sing that song, you have to do this. You have to do midnight.
Well,
you have to do that thing.
Just in our clubhouse room this morning, Chuck Taylor was like, if you use your hands, your energy comes across as better. So that's all you're doing.
That's right.
You're conveying an energy.
You have in metal when you do the screaming, and then you have to
all of that. Yeah. So with that, 2 Minutes to Midnight. It's a long song.
Yeah, almost as long as the New Edition song you sent me, which I couldn't believe how long that song was.
That don't count, Chris.
It counts.
It's New Edition. It just
it counts.
Fair. Okay.
And that wasn't for New Edition, by the way.
It's a very typical 80s sound. It's okay.
Yeah.
The Chuck Taylor coming in, metal requires headbanging. Oh, but that gives me a headache.
Yeah, we know. Amanda gets headaches.
I can bop. This is the 2022 version of headbanging. I'm gonna make it cool. It's
like you're pecking.
I can't even shoulder bop headbang correctly, and it doesn't even exist yet.
You can do the Josh Parr. When I go to shows with Josh Parr, he does a slow motion moshing, which is it's for people our age who are like, you want to mosh, but we don't need to be injured because we gotta go work tomorrow.
Yeah, but we remember 1984, so we shouldn't be doing that. I'm gonna need to see a video of that because I have a visual in my head and I need to see if
there may be a video of that. Josh Parr, I think there's a video of that.
I love it. So very 80s sound, and I did find it interesting because I wanted to understand a little bit about the song, and so I, Google machined it, and it's very interesting. It's kind of it's very political.
Yes, well, and that's what our Iron Maiden, being a British band, a lot of their lyrics and songs are all based on history, things that happened in history, and they turn them into songs or novels or literature, movies. They're that kind of band.
And so I did find it interesting. And I screenshotted what I wanted to read, and I can't find it on my computer. But since I'm on my phone, I can't pull up the screenshot. But basically the synopsis of the song is very, very relevant to the world right now.
Yes, and in 1984, it doesn't seem like anything's changed.
No, this is just This
you
could
know?
have been a brand new song written with a different musical spin to it,
Yes.
and it would be extremely relevant. So I don't have a ton of notes. I like the message a lot. The sound is fun. I don't love it as much as Hat for Teacher by Van Halen. But I'll say I gave it, I kind of rated it the same way. I'm going to give it 3 records for the song itself, but I
Mhm.
do like the message. So I'm bumping it up 1 record. So
Cool.
I'm coming in with another 4 record rating.
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot with 2 minutes to midnight, or yeah, 2 minutes to midnight by Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
4 records.
Very, very well. I accept your 4 records from the mighty Iron Maiden. This Iron Maiden for me growing up, like I had such a progression of like as I discovered metal, right? And the
Hmm.
world opened up to me. So early on when I was a kid, like really little, it was Kiss was like my entry point. Like I mean, even before that, I grew up on like all the classic rock. It was all that was ever in my house. But then Kiss was like, oh my God, like, that was like, this is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my, I'm 4, and this is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my very long life. Um, and but then, then Kiss, then Van Halen, and then I started getting into the quote unquote heavier stuff, which is like Iron Maiden and Metallica, and that just blew my mind. And I remember, seeing Iron Maiden. This record was Power Slave is such an awesome record from start to finish. And this was the year too. They went on the World Slavery Tour, which was the Live After Death. Because every record had a theme. So this was like the Egyptian theme. That was like Power Slave was like their Egyptian
Hmm.
themed era. You have, and people who listen to Iron Maiden know what I'm talking about. But if you go and look at every Iron Maiden record cover, you'll see every record cover has a theme with their mascot Eddie.
Sure.
And Live After Death was like a huge global like stage production, and Eddie comes out, and it's awesome. And I love that record. I love watching the video from that concert. And so Iron Maiden, it's such a big part of like my early youth. I listen to it and I feel like I'm 9 again. It's great.
9 with a tan.
Yeah, 9 with a tan.
Was Iron Maiden on the show before? I feel like it was.
Yes, I think we
Okay.
had Wasted Years was a song,
Yes.
I think from season 1. I gave you Wasted Years.
The name seemed
Yeah.
very, very familiar.
Which is hilarious. So I was at a taco festival this weekend.
Well, that sounds fantastic.
It was. And except that it felt like it was like, October. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm in June. I'm gonna go buy a pumpkin today and go carve it because tomorrow's Halloween. Like it's
Pumpkin
June.
spice and
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
nice.
So they had bands playing, and it was a guy who was just doing sort of an acoustic like thing. And also I'm like, wow, this song sounds familiar. And I'm like, he's singing Wasted Years by Iron Maiden, like acoustically. I was like, that's crazy. Like, so anyway,
Love it.
so song translates in many different ways.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So fun. All right. So 4 records.
Thank you. Thank you for the 4 records.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it. So we're gonna get into your song now. New Edition by Cool It Now. Sorry, New Edition off. Let me start that over. Take 2, Chris. So the song Cool It Now by New Edition. And so funny. So I was listening to the songs again this morning, and Rachel was getting ready for work, and this came on, and Rachel was literally like, dancing around the room, getting ready. She's like, that's Amanda's pick, isn't it? I go, oh yeah, it is. Of course.
You know it, Rachel.
But yeah, she was dancing around the room as Cool It Now was playing, and she was getting ready for work. But listen, this song takes me right back, like to the 80s, and like
Yes.
roller skating and the whole deal, like going to like the roller skate parties and all of that. So it was I hadn't heard this song in a while, so it is really fun to listen to. And oh my God, their voices are so young in this song. They
Babies.
are. It's so great. And so a little bit about the song. So it was released in 84, charted number 43 in the UK and number 4 in the United States. So according to songfacts.com, songwriters Vincent Brantley and Rick Timmis wrote this number 1 R&B hit specifically for New Edition, but because they couldn't get a hold of a label exec to put them in touch with the boy band, it didn't reach them until an older member of the group unsuccessfully recorded it first. Lucky for Brantley and Timmis, record execs have to eat sometime. I love this story. The duo took a break during a late night songwriting session to go on a food run when they had happened to spot the very person they hadn't been able to track down for a meet with New Edition, MCA's vice president. They followed him to a diner in South Central Los Angeles and sprung the song on him. Can you imagine that? It's like, here's a song. Like they just like a sneak attack. Like, listen to the song.
Listen, yes, I can imagine, because if we ever have the chance to be in front of someone who can make our show go somewhere else than what it is today, I'm absolutely going in
I
front
could
of
picture you
them.
like roller skating right up on top of somebody and be like, listen to our show.
Listen to our show, and then
And
coming
you just
back.
keep circling up like a shark. Like,
Yes, eventually they'll have to say yes.
yes. The classic Amanda bully movie. Bully move. I love it.
I'm just slightly pushy, but with a smile.
With a smile. This song was one, and actually, so this is another thing I didn't even realize it because I always loved like the rap.
Mhm.
They rap twice in this song. This was one of the first commercial R&B hits to actually feature a rap interlude. Brantley recalled they were all listening to Run DMC and all these other rappers. They were trying to imitate other rappers, so we decided to put a little rap thing in the song for them, which wasn't a thing then. It was really a pioneering move back in the day. So I thought that was really cool too.
Super cute.
And you realize that like go back to like 1984 and like an R&B hit and like there's a big rap. So it was really cool. I thought that was neat. So I like this. This song's great, man. It's such
so
a well-written
fun.
song, and listening to them, it's very nostalgic for me. I don't know what the kids would think about it today,
Agreed.
but we're not talking about the kids. So sorry, kids. But you know, if there's anybody under the age of 40 listening to this and you've never heard New Edition, Cool It Now, you absolutely should put that on because it'll make you smile. It is great. I am giving this song 4.5 records.
The coming in the highest of the episodes so far.
It is
Nice.
you know what? Listening to the song again made me like realize like how well written the song is and listening to
Mhm.
them sing. It's just so great. I mean,
It's
I'm so
so
nostalgic.
cute.
It's so much. There's just a lot of nostalgia going on in this review. So
Mhm.
the song, and maybe muddling my judgment a little bit, but I really like it. It does bring me back to that time, like like going to like birthday parties and like you'd hear it on the radio and like going to roller skating parties. Like it was on. This is what was on.
It's no different than you rated this 4.5. Businesses out there can be making a killing off of nostalgia.
Yeah, and they
They
are.
all, I mean, there's some companies who aren't, and I go, get on the bandwagon.
Like
Well,
Stranger Things.
yes. I just saw my oldest sister last weekend, and we were talking about if the nostalgia factor wasn't in Stranger Things, how successful would Stranger Things be? I don't know that I can answer that.
I can't answer it either because that show is literally made for our generation.
It
But the thing
is.
is, the younger like people who didn't grow like the kid like my kids like love that show and like
That's true.
you know,
That's true.
but they are my kids, so it's
But they
like
pulled in two audiences because of those
they did
references. So very business standpoint, super smart. So
absolutely.
4.5, cool it now. I like it.
Yep, absolutely. Cool it now. Before we get into the final songs, Amanda, I wanted to just let everybody know what some of the top movies were that were released in
Yes.
1984.
Yes.
Because we always talk about 80s movies, right? And you're always like, that's was released down here. So here are some of the top films that were released in 1984. And I don't think some of these are not going to be a shocker, but some of these might be like, really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Ghostbusters.
So classic.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Such a good one.
Which is very good. Go back and watch it. If you're saying, oh, it's the weakest of them, go back and rewatch Temple of Doom. It is awesome.
Very good.
Gremlins.
I still thought that was rated R. It's just like not.
Yeah. Should have been PG-13 back in the day. Yeah. Beverly Hills Cop came out in 84.
Okay.
Terms of Endearment came out in 84.
Oh.
Yep.
I didn't watch that until I was older.
Of course, we've talked about this movie.
I know which one this is.
The Karate Kid. The Karate Kid. Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, which I was like, wow, that was 84. I thought that was like a little bit later.
Yeah.
Police Academy, which hilarious. The first Police Academy is fantastic. That is like quintessential raunchy 80s comedy. Great.
I don't think I saw that until probably late 90s, honestly.
If you were banned from MTV, there's no way your parents were letting you watch Police Academy.
Not
that
at
was
all.
That was a hard R.
I might have been married by the time I saw that for the first time.
Might have snuck into the movie theaters to see that one.
That's adorable.
Romancing the Stone was released.
Ooh.
Love that movie. If you haven't
Classic.
watched Romancing the Stone in a while, go back and watch it because
Sweet.
it holds up.
Mhm.
Splash, which everybody remembers with Tom
Oh.
Hanks and
And
Daryl Hannah, classic Splash, which was a Disney movie.
interesting.
Yeah, The Terminator,
Dominator.
The Terminator,
All right. Do you
and
remember?
Amadeus.
Do you remember when we went on Chris's show on Fireside and she did the game?
Yeah,
You've got to go to our IG if you want to hear Chris do the Terminator.
get to the chopper.
Chopper.
Get to the chopper.
It
Give
is.
me all your boots. Give me your boots and all your clothes.
And I had not heard it that was the first time me hearing it, and I don't know how I didn't pee my pants out of laughter. I was laughing so hard.
You may have peed a little bit.
I might have tinkled a little. We're old now, everyone. Yeah. It was good. Go to our IG, scroll down a lot, and you'll see it.
Absolutely. And once again, if you agree or disagree with anything we're saying, or be like, I can't believe you guys didn't mention this song, or you want to get your song mentioned, call us at +1 973 506 8009. +1 973 506 8009. The official Chris and Amanda hotline. We'll be playing a voicemail message at the end of the show. Amanda Sharp. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, which we are getting close to, and we still have 2 songs left to go. So I'll go very quickly-ish with Creeping Death by Metallica. I'm going, coming in Cookie Monster, Metallica.
Coming in hot with the Cookie Monster. Creeping Death.
This was my least favorite song.
Oh.
So sorry, Metallica. So sorry. I know. But it just had it been on a different list, as we've said many times.
This is a fist pumper.
I've never fist pumped to a song in my life.
I am sending you a video of them playing this, like at the height of their powers in the 80s, and you're gonna lose it.
But I've never fist pumped a day in my life to a song.
Come on.
I've never did this motion. I do
you gotta rock it, and you gotta make the face. You go, yeah.
I don't know if I can make a mean face. I don't know if I've just never fist pumped.
It's like a rocking face. When
I use my hands, it was strictly for the YMCA.
You have to practice to this song because this is the ultimate fist pump. That die my hand. I creep across the land.
Do you see how awkward I look doing this right now?
Right, but it's on the beat. Oh, come on.
It's I'm exercising and doing the boxing.
All right.
Okay, sorry. I'll practice. I'll get better.
My goal, one of my life goals, is to take you to any metal concert. Maybe a Metallica show or Iron Maiden show, just so I can mold you into a fist pumping rocker, or AC/DC. I mean, even Def Leppard and Motley Crue are out on tour now. Even that would be a good one.
We can only do that when we have somebody with a camera following us around that can get all of the reactions, the laughter. Fine. So we need to do that.
Yeah. Well, that could be sponsored by Ironic Media, which you can get by accessing the link, the links in the show notes.
Awesome new plug. I love it. But even though it's my least favorite song, I enjoyed the message behind the song, and it's spiritual. I see. Chuck,
that's Chuck's
are you doing
reacting
this?
Off of you're not not knowing how to rock.
Chuck, you should know me well enough now to know that I'm just not a good rocker.
By the way, I'm sorry, real quick. I missed this comment before. Mark Ronick actually sang "Cool It Now" for my elementary school talent show in 6th grade. Sorry, I didn't want to go backwards, but this comment was too good. I hope that there's video of this, Mark. Please
say there's video, and that would be a fantastic reel. We would love to play that live here on our show.
All right, now back to Metallica.
Okay. But it's a song about Moses.
Yes.
And I thought that was fantastic. So while I didn't necessarily like the musical sound from the song, I didn't hate it. I mean, I really didn't hate it.
It's about it's about Moses and the plagues and the whole story of Exodus.
Very, as we spoke before, very cool when you can put that and apply it to something that so many people will listen to, and they're getting a message without even getting the message, just think it's super cool.
Right.
So I did like it. And truly, if this song would have been on a different list, next week's list with 2 other songs, it may have rated higher. It's just I had a little bit higher ones on the other side. So I'm going to come in with 3 records on this, which is not terrible. You know what? I'm going to say 3.5 just to make you stop doing that. For those who are not watching, Chris is tapping his lips with complete disgust.
There's a certified rocker song. This is an arena banger, as the kids say. The kids don't. No kid has ever said that.
Chris went from usually doing to a very fast pace, like I need therapy because of what Amanda just said. Tap on the lips.
I might be traumatized. I'm not sure, but
it took many episodes, but we finally got there.
I didn't say Amanda Sharp.
No, you did not. You did not.
But, okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
No, listen, it's not a 2, and it's definitely not a 1. So listen, I appreciate you once again, always coming out of your comfort zone to listen to the metal hits that I give you. They're all 5s in my record, in my book, but but I do respect your opinion and you stepping out of your comfort zone.
Oh, thank you for appreciating that.
You are welcome. So before we get into the last song we're going to talk about today, which is a song about a fiddle in Texas or whatever, some notable birthdays from 1984.
Oh, yes.
Some notable birthdays. So here we go. So Prince Harry was born September 15th.
Ooh.
Olivia Wilde was born March 10th.
Okay.
Scarlett Johansson, ScarJo.
I was like, who's ScarJo? Did you see my face go?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, you don't know the ScarJo's nickname is ScarJo?
No, and luckily, like you said the real name, because I would have went, I'm gonna have to Google. Gosh. I would have wrote ScarJo ?
Scarlett Johansson, the Black Widow.
Okay.
Born November 22nd.
Okay.
LeBron James.
Oh.
Born the King, LeBron James, born December 30th. Katy Perry, born October 25th. And Khloe Kardashian, born June 27th.
Well, we couldn't finish this one without Khloe.
without a mention of a Kardashian here. Yeah, so those are just some notable birthdays from 1984.
And Marcus will never make it this far into any of our podcasts, so I can confidently tell you this without him ever knowing. He totally won't admit it, but he has a crush on Katy Perry.
Who doesn't, though?
Anytime I mention his name, there's a slight smile, and I was like, Marcus want a Katy Perry?
Who doesn't? She's adorable.
And if he actually proves me wrong and listens to this, I'm going to hear it when I get home.
Yeah. So this is quite possibly one of the most countryest country songs that you've ever sent me, I think.
Well, I could not enter this list without a country song.
Complete with like the name fiddle, the word fiddle being in the title of the song. So this is from Alabama. If you're gonna play in Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in the band. It's how it sounds in my head. Sorry, I'm offending all our Southern listeners. Sorry, Chuck Taylor.
It's so different than that, Chris Baglio.
This is so. This song is so. It's like listening to your list is like okay.
What? This is you do this fist pump. When you hear this song, you gotta like do like the knee slap. That's the equivalent.
So Chuck Taylor saying, believe it or not, Turnpike Troubadour's version of If You're Gonna Play in Texas is much better than the Alabama version.
Ooh, I'm gonna write that down.
Oh, and here we go. John Pike checking in with some breaking news. Katy Perry sat and watched me do magic for 45 minutes at House of Cards in Nashville.
Is she as pretty in person as she seems like on videos?
Ooh.
Johnny, I need to know.
I need to know all of it.
I need to know better. Okay. Turnpike. Yeah. Okay.
Turnpike Troubadours. All right. So, and what is he saying? Alabama isn't a band; it's a way of life. All right, Johnny. I hear this. So yeah, obviously everybody's had a lot of other experiences with Alabama than I have. And I'm not talking about the state. I'm talking about the band, which I guess is also a way of life. And Johnny also saying, yes, Katy Perry is Amanda.
Ooh, because those filters,
Hmm.
that's exciting to see that I thought so. Katy
Yeah.
Perry, I like you, and so does my husband.
Because we know Katy Perry listens to the show. So this is, maybe you could call in and leave a message on our hotline, Katy Perry, at +1 973 506
I mean,
8009.
in between all of your things you're doing.
Yeah. If you could just stop and leave a quick voicemail message.
Absolutely. We'd appreciate
Yeah.
it.
It's the eyes. He says
The eyes.
Eyes, Katy Perry.
Fair
does.
enough.
Okay,
Fair
so
enough.
back to Alabama. All passed. You know what? And once again, for those of you that are listening to the show or watching the show on a replay, we understand not everybody can always make it to the live show, which is at 8:15 on Monday mornings. But if you can, this is what you can expect. So we always encourage anybody that's listening or watching live to always have fun, participate, drop comments, because this is what happens. But we appreciate each and every one of you who do listen. So thank you so much. So back to Alabama. So this song was written by Mary Cullum and Dan Mitchell, and it was released in July 1984. Actually, not even it was a B-side of the third single from the band's album Roll On. However, as a B-side, it went to #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs in the US, and also peaked at #1 on the RPM Country Tracks in Canada. So for all our good friends in Canada, also liking Alabama, which, as I learned, is also a way of life. Thank you, Johnny. It also became the band's 14th consecutive #1 single on Billboard.
They are phenomenal.
Ridiculous. Like, that's ridiculous. So the song was released July 16th, 1984. And so what do I think about it? If you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band.
You're like, and that concludes my statement.
This kind of it's like a really long title. It's like, if you ever listen to Fall Out Boy, like Fall Out Boy is like known for having these like ridiculously long titles for their songs. That's what this kind of reminded me of, although Alabama does not sound like Fall Out Boy. I would so this song is it's definitely like Metallica. Like, some of the songs I give you a way out of your comfort zone or like your lane. This song is way out of my lane, for sure. But I always listen to things multiple times. I do give it a chance. I will probably never voluntarily put the song on again.
Okay.
But I will say I don't hate it.
Okay.
So it's not a 1 and it's not a 2, but it is definitely a 3.
Totally fair.
I can't give, it's not because once again, if we get into 1 and 2 territory, to me that's cringy, right?
Yes.
And so there's like really cringe, and then there's like cringy, and then so the song is not cringe. It just isn't my thing, and so I don't like I said, I don't know if I would voluntarily put the song on. But if it came on at the bar, I'm like, okay, it's cool. Like, now I'll know what it is.
Now you'll know it.
I probably have heard Alabama 10,000 times, but like never realized that was even Alabama. But I do know that they have a legacy in the country music world. That much I do know. I know they're very well respected. They've been around forever, and they're ridiculously talented, like, musicians. So, all that being said, I give the song a 3. Okay. Not my cup of tea, but I give it a 3.
I'll take that 3 because I knew that this would be definitely, like you said, very country, more so than probably anything I've ever given to you. So I'll take your 3.
Okay, great. So Chuck Taylor saying, try It's Hard to Kiss the Lips at Night that chew your ass out all night long. Yes, it's a real song.
That's a title.
That is a title. That is a title. Thank you, Chuck, for sharing it.
Try to kiss the lips.
Although I will try this version that Chuck is talking about, the Turnpike Troubadours. I'll give that a try. I'd like to hear it. I like to hear.
Absolutely, absolutely. Chuck's recommendations to us usually are very, very solid. So I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Solid, very solid. So before we wrap it up, I do want to just give out some other quick facts from 1984. And then we'll wrap up the show.
And I can't wait to hear Tony's voicemail. I've been waiting to hear his voicemail.
We will play that. So some other very, very quick facts is 1984 was the Summer Olympics, and they were held in Los Angeles in the United States. In the US, we had the first solo transatlantic flight in a helium balloon. The first Apple Macintosh went on sale in 1984.
Are you that just hasn't always been a thing?
And the original ad launching the original Apple Macintosh personal computer went on sale, and they did it by launching a Super Bowl ad with that Orwellian themed 1984 ad, the classic Apple ad, which launched the sale of the Mac. 1984 was when the Macintosh went on sale.
That is so interesting.
And Sony and Philips introduced the first commercial CD player in 1984.
Very interesting.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's
Rodney Cowell and Vince Gill. That's who sang that song. It's hard to kiss the lips.
That's a terribly wonderful, brilliant song title. Interesting. Very interesting facts, Chris Baglio.
Yes.
And I do feel like the price of electronics have not went down.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I remember CD players being like $500 like back in the day. Like it was like, and VCRs were like really expensive too.
They were so expensive, and it was such a big thing when you got it. And today I feel like stuff is so affordable compared to what it was back then. Kind of like when Back to the Future, he's like, yeah, we got a TV in every room. And they're like, no.
Yeah, no.
No, and we do.
Yes. So, wow, what a great show. So before we wrap it up, we've been promoting this voicemail line, right? So call in the hotline, leave a voicemail. So last week, we said, because we did our Easy Life Sunday morning episode, and we said, if there's a song you feel like that we left off the list or that you wanted to see added to the list, call us and let us know. So we have our longtime supporter, fan, one of my friends from high school, who I'm still very friendly, we hang out, Mr. Tony Forkboy Donato checking in. So he left a voicemail message, and this is what he said.
Okay. I just wanted to wish you guys a great Monday show. It's Sunday morning at 3 a.m., 3:30. I'm driving into work. Just finished listening to the Easiest Sunday Morning podcast. And I have to add in Amy Mann, Pavlov's Bell. I was watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, as I do multiple times a year. And it's just one of those songs that, if any songs get played during the course of the show, it doesn't come up until the 7th season, but it's just a great song. And it made me go download the whole album again because I just haven't listened to it in so long. It's just a great song. It's easy, smooth, little upbeat at times. Figured I'd add that in for consideration. Hope you guys have a wonderful show. Talk to you later.
Thank you, Tony, for leaving that. So Pavlov's Bell by Amy Mann, which I am also a huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. He and I are big fans. That's a great soundtrack, by the way. All the songs from that show.
It's a great show, and I really like. He's like, it's not in there until season 7.
Yeah. Yep.
That is a super fun addition. Super fun call. Tony, thank you for calling in.
Absolutely. Thank you, buddy. And if you would like to have your voicemail played with song suggestions or something we missed, or I don't know, to yell at us or agree with us, whatever, it's fine. You could do that. Call our hotline, +1 973 506 8009, +1 973 506 8009. And with that, Amanda Sharp, we are officially wrapping up our 1984 special of the Chris and Amanda show.
What a great idea.
What a fun show.
It was fun. It was fun. A lot of great engagement. Thank you for everyone who listened to us live and commented, that we could bring those up and just have some further fun dialogue within the show today. It was a fun. There's a 3
fun. Yes. And we appreciate everybody hanging out with us today. Thank you all so much for those who watched live and commented. Mr. Mark Ronick, Chuck Taylor, John Pica. I also saw Billy Thorpe check in a little bit. So I appreciate everybody who took the time to comment and spend some time with us today. Once again, if you want to hang out with us live, if you're able to, we get it. Not everybody's on the same time zone. But we do the show every Monday, 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch us on Facebook and Twitch, and then we put the replays up on YouTube, and of course, our audio feed. So wherever you listen to podcasts, you can catch the Chris and Amanda Show. We appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure you remember to use all the links in the show notes and the video description below, wherever you're watching this. We want to, of course, thank our sponsor once again, Ironic Media, Mark Ronick. Go to ironicmedia.com. Follow Mark Ronick on IG at Mark Ronick, and also on Clubhouse at Mark Ronick. And those links are in the show notes below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow the show wherever you're doing that, because it helps grow the show. Another thing that helps grow the show, if you knew this, Amanda, I didn't know if you knew this, but I'm just going to some coffee. Another thing that helps the show grow is if you leave us a review. So wherever you're listening to the show or watching the show, please leave us a review, drop a comment, do the rating thing with the stars, like give it 5 stars, the max, which is cool. But that stuff really helps the show grow, and it helps us get noticed and helps other people discover the show as well. So if you really like what you're hearing and you want to support, that's a great way. Also, you can over to if we feel like Amanda and I did a great job entertaining you today, head over to our buymeacoffee.com/TC&AS and buy us a coffee or sign up for any kind of membership level that you feel appropriate. Also, you can commission an episode of the show also by going to Buy Me a Coffee. So you can own an episode of the show, choose all the songs. Amanda and I will happily talk about them. We can't guarantee the ratings we're going to give them, but we will happily talk about your song picks. And if you want to hear any of the songs that we were discussing today, head over to Spotify, where you can listen to our official Chris and Amanda Show playlist for season 2. Just search Chris and Amanda Show 2022 playlist, or use that link in the show notes below. Did I get it all, Amanda?
You got it all. You say it so well and so quickly and so efficiently. You're amazing.
Well, thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you for being my host. Thank you for taking this walk down memory lane with me.
Oh, it was fun. And go to our RG to I still can't say it, to look at the picture of Chris and I as tan little babies from 1984. It's fun.
Yes. Head over to Instagram and make sure you follow us there at the Chris and Amanda Show. Also on TikTok as well, where we do post videos weekly up there, not just the show stuff, but actually like weekly, like reels and other fun stuff. So we hope that you can join us over there. And if there's any suggestions for anything you would like for us to do, please send us a note. You can do that by sending us an email over at the Chris and Amanda Show at gmail.com. And if you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the Chris and Amanda Show, you can also hit us up there, and we're happy to discuss that. If you're Pringles and would like to sponsor the show, we are running a deal, so we'd like to talk to you about it.
Only if it's the sour cream and onion.
Right. We only take payment in Pringles from Pringles.
I mean, that's not a bad barter.
It's not. All right, everybody. Well, thank you all once again. And we will see you next Monday for another live episode of the Chris and Amanda Show. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye, everyone.